Okay, so the
There he
movie
is.
goes
Okay.
like this. The biggest drug cartels in the world get together and buy up all the media and all the politicians and force all the people in the world to stay locked in their homes. And people can only come out if they take the cartel's drugs and keep taking them over and over. I threw the script away. I mean, who is going to believe that crazy idea?
So now, Eric, initial reactions to that, and we'll show you the media's synchronatic reaction. Go ahead.
Well, do you think he's going? Do you think he went rogue? It doesn't seem like SNL would let that happen, right? I mean, because if I recall correctly, I believe they said Dave Chappelle kind of went rogue when what was he talking about? Was it the Transformers
Yeah,
or
and Chris Rock and everything, and
yeah? And he kind of went off script. Do you think that? I mean, were the bigwigs at SNL like, okay, yeah, this sounds good. This is a funny joke, or did he completely go off the rails and said something that they weren't expecting? I mean, it is Saturday Night Live, right? So anything can happen, supposedly. And I mean, I didn't see the whole monologue. You said it's not that funny. That wasn't funny, really, but it's true. It's like anybody with two brain cells to rub together can see what he's saying there. So I don't know. Do you think they okayed that?
I think they probably don't read that far into it, and they probably did okay that because maybe Lauren Michaels saw with Dave Chappelle that gets them a lot of press, and they don't have to come out and say, we agree with it at all. Sign just fell behind me. That's the second time that's happened, if you recall. Exposing more of the 6 seed part sign. That's what I get. Anyways, we'll just recap here. I don't think I think they probably are okay with it getting the press that it's getting because they don't have to say that they agree with it. It's live, anything can happen, and we respect people's opinions. And now, as you know, Eric, we've reached this point in time where it's okay to talk about vaccines and everything, and you won't get, Hillary Clinton on the way home or anything. And they're accepting the lab leak theory, which of course isn't true, YouTube. Of course it's not. And Joe Biden's the greatest president ever. And I think they're just willing to let this go. There's a tiny thing at the end, so maybe they're just allowing it. But him going rogue in that sense, maybe. But he has, like I said on Bill Maher, he was sort of talking about this as well.
Well, look, I don't know if you say it's okay to talk about this stuff. I don't know if that's 100% true, right? We could see the media meltdown, which I'm sure you have pulled up that we'll take a look at. So they're still very angry about it, right? So no matter what happens, no matter if this morning the lab leak story is trending because it took 3 years, 2.5 years for them to finally come out and say, oh, yeah, well, this one. Now, look, I don't want to say anything too extreme, but I obviously never bought any of the narrative. Okay, so this thing has just been a repackaged common cold. It's the common cold with a new marketing team. Okay, so you could talk about who cares where it doesn't even matter. It's all complete nonsense. It's all over the top. We have the story about New York selling their Rona equipment for less than a penny on the dollar. I don't know if you saw that. New York City bought $225 million worth of ventilators, PPE, masks, gloves, face shields. Remember when people were doing the shield? They had the weird shield on their face. They bought de Blasio at the time, $225 million worth of stuff. It sits in a warehouse for 3 years, and they sell it for $500,000. So, I mean, a fraction of a penny on the dollar. But I guess my point is, clearly the media they still want you to take it very seriously because we have this little montage, this little collage of media outlets. And I think the one that you have is from Huey, where he's like, I'm over the trying to talk in code thing with the little emojis. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think that's required on Twitter, really, but he's probably using it on Instagram and stuff. So here we have Rob from Huey Media, who's growing bigger and bigger. His Twitter profile is getting up there, but his Instagram is huge. So we have Daily Beast, Woody Harrelson spews anti-vax conspiracies and rambling SNL monologue. I mean, the monologue was rambling, but he's not like, okay.
Big
Daily Beast.
yikes too. Do you see the big whoa? Like that's like they're still trying to pretend that this is an extreme take. Like whoa,
Yeah, really.
crazy. Like give me a look at what no, hold on, just one more second. Read the what was supposed to be the actor's big induction into the 5 Timers Club ended up going south fast. It's like they just they can't let you are not allowed to have an opinion that they don't approve of. It's just insane. Every little
True.
they're just so nitpicky. Like how condescending is that little subheader? It went south.
Well,
It's
that's what
just
the
so
Daily Beast is.
despicable.
It's like their snippety, stupid
Right.
stuff.
That's
I'm
like
still I'm still used to seeing the people back here wearing masks. I was surprised to have them not be wearing it. And then so after that, we went to Rolling Stone. Woody Harrelson spreads. So it's the same title there, I believe. Yeah, instead of the word rambling, they took the word rambling out. And they say SNL host is a history of strange anti-science
yeah.
remarks.
Yeah.
It's anti-science, what he said. Nothing he said was anti-science. What you could say that it was conspiracy. He's saying that a group of people are forcing this upon you collectively in the darkness. But what did he say that was anti-science? I don't know.
It just that's what you get labeled. I mean, that's it's the same thing. It's transphobic,
That's
it's
under oh
homophobic.
dear. So
It's
first we've got big yikes, then we've got oh dear for Rolling Stone. Huff Post, which is, a place that went bankrupt and had to be bought out and now just aggregates news. Woody Harrelson rambles about weed anti-vax conspiracy in SNL monologue. And does this have a fun little caveat to it? No. Just kicked off his 5th time hosting, blah, blah, blah. Ben
with a
Blanchett.
it was confusing. I didn't see the whole thing, so maybe it was confusing. You say it was rambling, but it's like they use all these little condescending words to take little jabs at him because he went off. Because as we both know, and I don't know much about Woody Harrelson. He was on an episode of Curb last season where he kind of plays this like super hippie guy. But if you take Don Lemon, for instance, okay? Don Lemon is one of the most extreme, weirdo, lefty hacks on the planet. But as soon as he says one thing that doesn't align, he gets put in timeout. So what they're doing here is trying to take all these little nitpicky words. It was confusing. It was rambling. It went downhill so fast. It's like these
Yeah.
people just they can't fathom a different idea. And it's just so pathetic.
Well, the reason I say rambling is because it was written, so it's not that much rambling as the intention of it was he's telling a story, then he gets off topic, and in that sort of sense, it's rambling. By definition, all monologues are rambling because they're like 6-7 minutes long. Then we finally have variety. Woody Harrelson's Saturday Night Live monologue makes vaccine conspiracy jokes. Now that's the most average one. I guess the most like down the center one.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have articles tomorrow that are gonna say, maybe even from me, liberal media freaks out on Woody Harrelson in Unison. It'll probably be written today by somebody else who's faster than me. So shout out Rob Huey Media. I think he's got another one here. It's now okay to say lab leak theory. Yeah, we like pandas.
Panda Mike, I get it.
Yeah. He's all about the symbology, as they say in the movie Boondock Saints. You ever seen that movie?
I have not seen Boondock Saints. I heard it was good, but I have not seen it.
Great.
Is the 90s from the 90s or
Probably or early 2000s,
early
I think.
2000s? Yeah. No, I have not seen it. I have
Irishman
seen
shooting a lot of people.
Reservoir Dogs. I've seen that.
That is 90s. That's like 94.
Okay. I know you love the 90s black movies,
I never said that. That's you saying that.
Menace to Society, which is a great movie, by the way.